going to be speaking a little bit about myself, and the first five slides are going to be mostly about me, what I like, and who I am. And the second half, the other five slides will be about what I stand for, and the last slide will be, I believe the 11th slide will be my conclusion, my closing statement. So let's start with tell your truth. I am born and raised from Santa Barbara, California. And one thing I will say is I am beyond grateful for that opportunity my mother and my father gave me. With that being said, my mom's side of the family comes from Tabasco, Villahermosa. It's a very beautiful place. Obviously, not all parts, but for me, it's very beautiful and it has a huge meaning to who I am. One thing I will say that I don't like about Tabasco when I go visit, though, is their climate. It's very humid and there's a bunch of rain. Not only that, since it's so humid, there's always mosquitoes, and I so happen to be the person that always gets chewed up by them. Gonna move on to the next slide, and it's gonna be about my school background. Growing up, I lived on the east side. So I was able to attend Franklin Elementary School, which was very nice. I had a very good experience from what I remember or what I can remember. I definitely think the teachers were very welcoming and they welcomed us with open hands. Then from there in junior high, I went to Santa Barbara Junior High. It was a nice experience. I definitely feel like I would be very overstimulated though, most of the time, just because it was a bigger atmosphere and it was just a lot more students. But then again, that's just how it's going to keep going. Then from there, I did attend Santa Barbara High School. I was there for my freshman year, first semester. My second semester freshman year, I actually went to Dos Pueblos just because my sister wanted me to be there with her for when she graduates, so I did. And then for my sophomore year and junior year, I was at Alta Vista Independent Studies just because I don't want to be around too many people, and I also wanted to get ahead on my education, which I did. Thanks for that. I actually went back my senior year to Santa Barbara High School, and I ended up graduating with all my friends. And I am beyond thankful for the opportunity Alta Vista Independent Studies gave me because when I went back to my senior year, I only had to take three classes in order to graduate. So I did get ahead. It's just I kind of slowed down my graduation. Other than that, I am attending Santa Barbara City College, and so far I've had a good experience. Now, a little bit about who I am. I am a person who loves art, and um, I've seen a lot of art. I go to a lot of museums, and I do that just because I like seeing different art forms being put into different things. I don't know if that makes sense, but I definitely just like seeing what people create, and I like kind of thinking into it more deeper. It's just like, what's the meaning to it, or what was the thought process to this? And not only that, it's just beautiful seeing everything and just seeing people's work. I'm always grateful for those experiences that I go. But other than that, the first two pictures, as you can see, the lady with the butterfly dress, I actually took a picture of that when I went to Jalisco, Guadalajara, Jalisco. There you go. And then the second one where kind of you see like all the hats, the men with the sombreros, is kind of like a little gallery. It was like the whole wall filled with it. It's really nice. That was also taken in high school. And then the one in the middle, like the little garden, I actually took that when I went to Las Vegas recently for my 21st birthday. Then the one on to the side with like the little circles, I don't know what they're called. I actually took a picture of those when I went to LA, one of their art museums. I don't remember the name of it, but it was really nice because it has like a lot of art forms and it was very creative. And I like the fact that we were like able to touch everything and take pictures with it. And then the last portrait on the bottom of the landscape photo, I actually took it when went to San Diego in an art museum. We're gonna go on to the next slide. Um, Another thing that represents who I am is my family. I definitely think they play a huge role in who I am and why I am the way I am. I evaluate my family a lot, and they helped me get through many phases in my life, and I am beyond grateful for that. I also just love the fact that they're the reason I smile, they're the reason I laugh, they're also the reason why I'm probably gonna get gray hairs soon. But I definitely value each every one, and I'm grateful to have them in my life. Now we're gonna start talking about the things that I stand for and I definitely will fight for. One is to stop global warming. I definitely think this is a very huge topic and something that actually needs to change. And I feel like that starts with everybody. We could change what we do differently. The bare minimum is, I would say, throwing your trash into a trash can. Like, don't be littering. Another one is kind of just, how do I describe that? Um, there's like a lot of stuff we can do. I got a little lost. There's a lot of things we can do, but I definitely think that we can do small stuff to prevent the future to be so ugly. I definitely think we're being greedy and we really need to we definitely need to value what we have around us and not be so greedy. Global warming starts a lot of fires. They're also killing our ecosystems, and that affects a huge role in our animals, like in the sorry, I got lost. In the life of the cycle of life. I definitely think we can do a lot to change the future. If not, our children and the our grandkids and the ones after that, they're not going to be able to see everything we were able to see. Next one was something that I chose is immigration rights. We can say that we have rights, but we really don't. With what's been happening, it's been a very sensitive topic, especially for me now. I feel like it's always been a very sensitive topic for me, and I feel like I don't talk about it much, but it's because I don't have nice things to say about it. I decided to choose these three photos just because I feel like the photos speak louder than the words. For like the first one, deportation and separation. I definitely think from what I've been seeing and what we've all been seeing throughout the internet, it's disgusting just seeing how these ICE agents just tear families apart. And they say they do it because they have background history and they break laws and mostly that's what they're saying. They just break laws and they should get deported. They're taking people's jobs away, but in reality, we're not. I feel like what's taking jobs away is all this all this help from just electronics, AI, just technologies. I feel like technology is taking over, not immigrants, hardworking people. And I decided to put a picture of my father as well, just because I learned that he got detained recently, which was definitely heartbreaking. I just definitely think this has to change. I think there's a certain way to do it, and we can't just be taking family members away from families just because of their color of skin, or we can't just be racially profiling. And I definitely think there's a safe way to do it, and using violence is not the way to do it. I also decided to choose supporting the veterans more. I definitely think they need a lot more help when they're done serving their time, mentally, physically, financially. I definitely don't think that they get more than what they sacrifice. I definitely think they sacrifice a lot to go back into a world where it's so ugly and can trigger certain things that they've gone through. And I don't think there's enough help for them, which is why a lot of them end up turning to drugs or to the streets just because they don't have that support, or they're not willing to face those illnesses or problems. But I definitely think veterans need a lot more support than what they get nowadays. My next one is reducing homelessness. I think this has been a problem more now. I mean, I go down to Los Angeles and it's filled a lot more than homeless than it was before. And it's honestly heartbreaking going down 11th Street, 9th Street, and all you see is a whole row of what are they, like little camps of just homeless people. They're getting creative, but I don't think they should be getting creative just to home themselves. I definitely think we could be doing a lot more to supporting them and finding them a way out of this mess. I also think that as a country, we owe each other at least a roof under our head. There's a lot of money going into professionals that shouldn't be getting that money. And I definitely think that reducing homelessness will always be like one of my top things for me because it's ugly. And to put myself in their shoes, I don't think I would love that at all. Another thing I stand for is mental and physical disabilities. I definitely think they also need more outlets, more help, which we don't give enough help unless people have money, which is ridiculous. I actually worked for a company called Hillside House. Well, it's not a company, it's a home. And I got to work with a bunch of patients with disabilities. I got to work at their home and I got to see like another world, which was pretty hurtful, but after a while, I actually loved it. I definitely think that we need more support and easier access to all those we just need access to all that help. And I feel like not a lot of people get access to it, and that's why we're not able to help, whether it's our sibling or coworkers or other students. I definitely think we just need more access and more information. I definitely think it's not talked about it enough. And I just feel like at least just being informed would be like a huge thing. Now, I wanted to close off with my in conclusion. I definitely feel like this assignment let me understand that my background and who I am really does shape into on what I stand for.